a whole bunch of these at once. Okay, so we want to do problems 75 through 80, which are match these functions with their graphs, right? Okay, so let me look at my functions. So let's see, 75 is x plus 3, or sorry, f of x. Okay, then there's f of x is root x plus 3. Then there's f of x is absolute value x plus 3. Then there's f of x is x plus 3 squared. Then there's f of x is the square root of x plus 3. And then there's f of x is the square root of x plus 3 squared. Okay? Cool? All right, one of these is really easy.
Yep.
Which one's really easy?
The absolute value one.
Oh.
No, I think so. There's only 2 of them.
Okay, so the absolute value one, this one, is for sure
One of those 2.
one of which two?
There are only 2 absolute values. Like
How do you know?
aren't they supposed to do the V?
Yeah, they're supposed to do the V thing, right?
Uh-huh.
So this problem number 79 is either A or B, right?
Right.
Okay. How do I know which one it is?
Really B.
By the way the line goes?
Oh. It's A. Oh, you're right, because the distance of the points. No.
Wait, they're both positive, right?
Right. But see, I don't know if the 3 is on
What are
the
you
X.
seeing, Amber? No, go for it. I think you have the right idea. Okay. Anybody else? So why is it A? Yeah, so it hits the y-axis at 3. That's meaning if I plug x equals 0 into it, do I get 3 out?
Right.
0 plus 3 is
And 3 is the Y.
3, and that's the y on here. Oh wait, the other one goes through 3.
No.
Negative.
It goes through 0, 3.
Negative.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, the X, the Y.
But it's not that one.
No, because the Y. Because the 3 is in the Y. No?
I
Third one is the. What was that?
I need 2 points, right? You guys see that? I found out that this guy has the point 0, 3 on its graph, right? But both A and B have the point 0, 3 on their graph. So maybe I should check something else, right? So here's another thing I could check. B has this point here, right? What's that point
That
there?
is minus.
Yeah, that's
3.
negative 3, 0, right? So if I plug negative 3 in here, what do I get?
6.
3. No, 0.
If I plug negative 3 in this part, I get 3, right?
Yeah.
Then I add 3 to it, I get 6. So on this guy, the point should be negative 3, 6. You guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
On B, negative 3 goes with 0. On A, does it go with 6? That'd be like in here. It's hard to see, but yeah, it does go with 6. Okay, so this is not B. That was not the easy one. What is the easy one? The first one. This is the easy one. Why is this one the easy one? Nah, forget even plugging in a number. When you look at this, I hope you see y equals mx plus b, right? This is a line. Okay, so which one's a line?
Only one there.
The only freaking line on the deal, right? So this one's E, period. Right? Does 75 is the easy problem. Okay, so now there's, let's see, what's the other easy one?
Oh, yeah.
76.
The bottom.
76.
That one, the parabola.
X plus 3 squared.
This one's a parabola?
No, X plus 3 squared.
No, I'm sorry, that one.
This one's a parabola. So the parabola is F, period. Okay, so let's see, which ones have I used? I used A and E and F, right? Wait, why wasn't this one a parabola?
Because of the radical thing.
Because this is the x plus 3 squared square root, which is not x plus 3.
It's the value, the absolute value.
Yeah, it's the absolute value of x plus 3. Remember, the squaring and square root don't actually undo each other, right? You always get the positive thing out. So this is absolute value of x plus 3, which makes it easy, right? What's this one?
B.
Yeah, that one's got to be b, because it's the other absolute value function.
Okay, this I know is that.
You guys see that? Okay, so now I've used up b. All right, how about c and d? Thanks for running. Yeah. All right, so that's these two, right? These are both rooty things, right? Remember we went through and graphed rooty things? So they look like those little guys. Now I just need to figure out which one's which, right? Okay, so I could do this by domains. How about that? What's the domain of this guy?
With 3 is y.
Yeah, so this one only takes in positive numbers, right? It's got the square root of x in there. So it only takes positive numbers. So the domain on this guy is, domain is 0 to infinity. What did I just screw up? Yeah, the parenthesis, which parenthesis did I screw up?
The 0.
The 0 should be in, right? Because I can fit 0 in this function, right? Okay, so which one of those two, C or D, has domain?
C. Because it's 0 and
Oops, not brightness. Zoom. Yeah, so I'm looking at these two, right? Where's the domain? Which way do I squish?
to the right. Oh.
Squish down for domains. So this guy's domain looks like it's this stuff, which is -3 to infinity. This guy, when I squish down, I get this stuff, right? Which is 0 to infinity. So which one?
C.
Oh yeah, because it can't be D, right? Because the domain's too big. You guys see that? I can't fit -3 in here. It just doesn't work. So this one's D. And then the other one. Oh wait, did I say D? C. And the other one has to be
D.
D. There's a whole thing for this. Some of you maybe know this. When you add 3 to the outside of a function, it shifts it up 3. When you add it to the inside, it shifts left 3. So let's see. We can see that here. The square root function looks like this thing, right? So when I add 3 to the outside, right, that's do root 3 then add 3, or sorry, root x then add 3. That shifts up 3 units. If I take this guy and move it up 3 units, I get that guy, right? If I move it left 3 units, that's adding 3 to the inside. It moves left. I get this picture. You guys see that? There's a whole bit about this in chapter 12 that we should have talked about. It makes graphing easier.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later, but
So can I say that the number, whatever number 3, and that thing means y?
yeah, so we could say, okay, this is absolute value of x, right, of v. shifted up 3. So, oops, where'd that one go? One's down here. There's my V. Oh, and it is shifted up 3 units. The other one is my V shifted left 3 units. You guys see that? These are shifting rules. These are something for later. But right now, you should be able to get this question right. You can go through and pick and choose. If you know the shifting rules, it makes it faster.
What were you